Welcome to Behind the Bars TV, your favourite prison channel. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about a female prison officer that has been sentenced to prison. Before I get started, I just want to say a massive thank you for your continuing support. So I've just smashed through that 60k subscriber mark. The next mark, or the next milestone, is 100,000. Hopefully reach it within the next year, but the way that the channel is going, should be there by the end of this year, hopefully. But if you're not subscribed, go down, double check and hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying the content. Now, let's get into the story. So the headline of this story is: a prison officer at one of the UK's most notorious prisons has been jailed for inventing a false confession and derailing a murder trial. Now, the female prison officer is from Poland and she's called Victoria Budzik, and she's been sentenced to 4 years and 8 months. So Victoria Budzik reported a false confession by suspect Aaron Campbell while he was on remand at Belmarsh for the shooting of Ian Meyer. 30-year-old Budzik made the false claim for Campbell's co-defendant Mohammed Moshe Ali, who bribed her with money, gifts and promises. She was given £500 and was promised a car after she handed over her fake witness statement to the police. Budzik made her false report in October 2022, just as a retrial into the murder was about to begin, and she was found out and arrested 2 months later. She claimed she overheard a conversation in HMP Belmarsh healthcare unit between Campbell and another inmate suggesting he and Antonio Affleck MacLeod, 32, planned to rob Ali of drugs on the day of the killing. But unbeknown to her, CCTV footage of the unit revealed Campbell wasn't there when she claimed to have witnessed the exchange. Ali put Budzik up to creating an entirely false account of a confession by Campbell and showing himself to be an outrageous liar, said Crispin Aylett, KC, prosecuting during the trial at the Old Bailey. So the KC is the King's Counsel, or prosecutes the defendant. Budzik had known Ali since he was first remanded to HMP Belmarsh, where she worked at the time. She told her probation worker that prisoners were more supportive of her than her colleagues and she felt vulnerable. The pair had been texting while Ali was in prison, and he promised her a car while his relatives took her out for meals and supplied her with drugs. In a message to a friend, she said, "I got several things gifted from him. I'm not going to lie, he'll be out for Christmas." Budzik and Ali admitted perverting the course of justice. During sentencing, Judge Nigel Lickley told them, "You both embarked on a brazen plan to disrupt the second trial in this matter by producing a false prison report implicating Antonio Affleck MacLeod in murder and exonerating you, Muhammad Ali." Thankfully, as a result of requests made by the defence team to investigate, it became clear the two of you concocted a plan to disrupt that trial and bring about a positive result for Muhammad Ali. As a result, that trial had to be abandoned, resulting in great public expense and the trial delayed by a further year. He went on to say, "You, Victoria, were prepared to come into court and lie on oath. You knew each other as prisoner and prison officer at HMP Belmarsh and had both been at HMP Belmarsh before this. You had been in a corrupt and dishonest relationship. Money had been sent, gifts given and a car promised to Victoria Budzik. Friends and relatives had taken Victoria out for meals and supplied her with drugs." Budzik's barrister Abigail Bright said she is sorry. She genuinely, really and truly is sorry. As a former prison officer now utterly disgraced, her fall could not have been any harder. Budzik was likely to be deported to her home country of Poland at the end of her 4-year and 8-month sentence. Ali, Campbell and Affleck MacLeod carried out the brutal execution of father of two, Mr. Meyer, in East London on November the 19th, 2019. Ali was jailed for life with a minimum terms of 36 years, while Campbell and Affleck MacLeod are set to be sentenced later. Mr. Meyer was found dying in the street outside his home in Whitechapel just months after he was released from prison. He was taken to hospital after the hit, but he had suffered an unrecoverable brain injury and he was removed from life support 2 days later. Ali, Campbell and Affleck denied murder but were convicted by an Old Bailey jury after their 3rd trial. So the prison officer has now become the prisoner, which happens every single day. Or they don't get sentenced every single day, but every single day up and down the country, prison officers and prisoners are concocting things together, getting up to things they shouldn't be, getting things brought into the prisons, but it's just an everyday occurrence in every prison, in every country. That's just what happens because the prison officers sometimes are on small wages, they get offered bribes, and they just can't turn them down. But that's the facts of the British justice system and the justice system throughout the world, because corrupt prison officers are canoodling with prisoners, and this is the type of behaviour that happens inside the prisons. But I hope you found that story interesting, people. I will be covering a lot more of these stories, things that are happening in the present, things that have happened in the past, and I will be talking more about prison officers, police officers, and different types of professionals that are getting themselves into criminal activity and ending up in the justice system themselves and being on the other side of the law, because they've went from being prison officer or police officer to being a prisoner. And I am covering a lot of these cases on my channel, but every single day when I'm reading up in the news about these type of offenders, things like this are popping up all the time, and I will be covering a lot of these cases. But again, if you are enjoying the content, people, remember to comment, like and subscribe.